on. You put your own music on. A little bit more movement today.
Stand on my toes now.
On your feet today.
I thought that was your reaction to music. No, that was your reaction to my toe.
We're going to stand to start. We're going to open our palms. We're going to stand tall in the top of the knee. Tuck tailbone under. We're going to take a big circle overhead. We're going to reach the fingers up. We can take a deep bend into a squat position as we reach our fingertips down towards the floor. Lean into your fingers and then extend the legs. Take a breath in, exhale, sink your bottom back down. Sink into a squat, lift your eye gaze, lift your fingers if you need to, pull your shoulder blades back, lift the arms, and then push up through the legs to raise yourself, taking your arms slightly behind as you drop them down by your side. I've got a massive head rush. Woo! And raise those arms again. Then soften the knees, drop down to squat, reach your fingertips to the floor. Then bow your head and rest, extend the legs, stretch those hamstrings. Take a breath into pause, exhale, sink your bottom down, squat. Raise your arms, flatten your back, shoulder blades pull back, raise up. Lift the arms, circle them all the way back behind you. There's my head rush again. Raise up. Sink down. Drop your fingertips to the floor, lean into them and extend those legs. Come on, work into the hamstrings, straight away, bow the chin. Breath in, drop your bottom down, lift your eye gaze, lift your spine into deep extension, raise the arms and push through the legs to lift back up. We're going to do that one more time, circle the arms. Am I the only one getting head rush every time I stand up? Yeah. Raise up. Sink it. Fingertips to the floor. Press down, chin tuck, soften spine, lift your bottom to the sky. This time, we bend the knees, look forward, shoulders pull back, lengthen the spine, and press back again into hamstring. Bend one more time, lift up, and stretch one more time. Soften through the knees, take a little walk forward, bringing ourselves into a plank. Feel free to drop to your knees if you need to, or stay up with your knees. Nice and strong, squeeze the butt, weight into your heels, soften through the shoulder blades and through the elbows. Inhale, lift your hips, pushing down, upward facing, downward facing, don't more like. Heels press to the floor, squeeze the belly, bend your knees if you need to lift your bottom higher as you press your spine to extension. Inhale, begin to roll forward, undulating through the spine as you bring yourself back into a plank. Pausing for a full breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Inhale, lift the hips, take it back. Press into those heels. Squeeze the belly to lift the hips. Feel that slight transition of the spine from flexion to extension. Roll forward as we roll into the tips of the toes. Or not the tips of the toes in Richard's case. Pause. Is that all right? Push back. So at this point, you take a long deep breath until we roll back forward again into our plank. Once you're in your plank, you pause for a breath. We'll do that one more time. Lifting up, downward facing dog, heels press to the ground, stretch out those calves. And as we roll forward this time, we drop our knees down to the floor, setting ourselves up onto our hands and knees, onto our floor. So we're going to take our left leg back and our right arm forward and reaching through the fingers and the toes. Find your balance, tuck your toes if you need to on that right foot. We're curling in. So we can continue to move that spine. We're going to reach away. So we're doing 8 on each side. Lengthen, curl. Don't rush it. Now as you curl, chin tucks, tailbone tucks, arch the spine, squeezing the belly, and then lengthen everything away. So you're working into the abs. You're warming up the abs in this one. Reach. If you've done your 8, you simply swap to the other side. Think about the length Don't think about heights. I've come big group back in here again. Thought it was just going to be me and Anthony for one point, didn't you?
Indeed. We've got 32 desks in our office. We've got 35 people today.
Wow.
Most we've had since
So he's missing.
pre-COVID.
When you've done your last one, drop your knee, drop your hand. Arch the spine.
It's crazy how many people.
Push your bottoms back. Child's pose. Now this is quite a narrow stance child's pose. My knees are no wider than my shoulders. And then keep your arms close in and stretch forward. So I'm going to show you a very shallow version of this. Most of you I expect to go much lower than I'm going to show you. We lift up, look forward, lift your body, bend your elbows, hopefully to the floor, just to hover, push all the way back, arch the spine and come back seated. Then lift your eye gaze. Repeat. So ideally, you're bending down, you're dropping your chest all the way down to the floor, for shoulder curves as I can, and then you curve the spine to come back up. So the tips for this exercise, as you come forward, really think about leaving your bottoms in the air and your chest coming forward and down. Your bottom always stays up in the air, and then you push up using the backs of those arms. And this is a shoulder mobilization exercise more than anything. If you don't have that flexibility for your shoulders, it's a tough exercise because your triceps are not work or they're working on shoulder muscles instead. So if you're finding it really tough, bring your knees a little bit closer towards your hands, so you're taking some of the weight off, and then work. You might be doing like a half one with me, that's fine. Make sure you get that little stretch, you pull back. And just give me another 2 repetitions after the one you're doing. Squeeze it back. Now, when you've done your last one, I want you to see if you can stop halfway down. So come forward, elbows in. Tuck that tailbone, so you're not arching your lower back, and pulse. 10, 9. Squeeze the elbows into your waistline. Come forward in that head. Bottoms in the air. And lower yourself to the floor. Lovely. Bring your hands underneath your forehead and your feet are about shoulder width apart. We're going to lift the whole upper body off the floor. You're going to lift your right thigh up, swing your right hand to touch the foot, and then return the thigh back down. Lift the left thigh as you lift the chest. Reach round, extend, and drop it down. So we're just alternating sides. If you can do this with your legs hovered the whole time, just lifting off the ground, you lift, you reach, and you just gently drop the forehead to the floor, lifting back up, and reach. Now, when you pull back, think about, imagine that shoulder blade really drawing itself down the middle of your spine. So you're working on each side on that flexibility, that mobility. Think about the side bend, the reach. I want you to feel your obliques. I want your knees to be off the floor the whole time. We're going to go 2 more each side. And then carefully drop your head to the floor. Keep those legs up. Strong V, squeeze them out wide and close them together. For 1, open wide, squeeze them together for 2, 3, 4. We're going for 8 of these, so make them really strong. 5, Pick those thighs off the ground. 6. Abs pulled in, protect your back. 1 more. Squeeze legs together, lower them to the floor. Your arms, open them out to a T shape. Hover them off the floor, so there's a very slight movement through the upper body. Pull your shoulders away from your ears, using the muscles of the back of the body. We're going to lift up. We're going to squeeze the left arm up towards the sky, the right arm hovered. So feel that absolute squeeze back to center and rotate the other side. If it feels too much, like for my shoulders feels too much, we're going to take off half the load. We're going to a bent arm position. Now, see if you can keep those legs squeezed together. To keep your pelvis still, to keep your hip bones pressed to the floor. And get your chest higher off the ground. Squeeze it. 2 more each side. A little bit higher up your last 2. Last 1. And then slide your hands underneath your forehead. Let your body just drop to the ground. Put your hands underneath your shoulders. Transition yourself to your hands and knees. If you're arch the back. Stay on your hands, slide your left leg back behind you. Lift it up. It's going to cross over and it's going to squeeze and tap down. It's going to lift and just tap to the corner of the roof out to the sides. We're not going all the way around. So I'm not making you bring your leg all the way around here. Coming to there. So the hip bones stay facing down towards the floor the whole time. Just tap out, squeeze across.
Ow. Let's do stuff.
2, 3, 4. We're going to bring our legs all the way back. We're going to squeeze them across. We're going to hold it up. Really point to the toes, extend the leg, and just do some little pulses, just squeezing the butt cheek. So lift that leg, keep it across the body. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, pause it, bring it out, drop it down to the floor, then lift it back up, pulse it. So use the size of your obliques, don't let the hips lift up, just keep the hips down the ground, the buttocks and the thighs doing the work. 8, 7, 6, look forward towards me, 4, 3, 2, you land the foot to the floor, you lift up, and then just turn onto the side. So you're going to come off the mat slightly as you put your hand back down. Your hand's going to come around the back of the head. Now, usually when we do side bends, I tell you to lift your knee up and over. This time, we're going to curve forward, crunch the elbow to the knee, and then kick away if you wish, take the length of the arm. Crunch in, kick away. I don't want to see knees coming down there. The knees stay level with the hip or towards that shoulder, so you pull in. So you bend into it, curve the spine, push away. Now that right buttock, your underneath buttock, this one here, is going to be doing the work. Press. Going. You've got 8 more. Squeeze it in. Last 3. 2. Last one stays in. Press it in. Hold it here. Pulse. Use your core to draw the thigh in. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. And 1. Extend it back. Bring yourself down onto that knee and slow yourself lower. Lift the leg. So the hips stay lined. Nice straight body and big steps. So I'm kind of staying in one place and I'm just using that buttock to circle the leg. 5, 6, 7, they're not massive circles. 8, and reverse. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, pause it there. Lift the leg up and down. Thank you. That's your song. 6, 7, one more. 8, bring your hand to the side of the head. Lift it up, crunch it in. Lift it up, crunch it in. Now lift that knee higher and then feel your obliques, just a little mini crunch, just to warm up to a bigger crunch. Just give me 2 more. Hit the leg away. Point the toe. Lift it up, pulse it. Lift it up a little bit higher, squeeze it. Just give me 10 more pulses, get the leg higher. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and just bend it to join the other leg. Let that buttock rest on. Up onto your elbows. Roll onto the buttock and tuck those knees in. So try not to lean into your shoulder, lift your chest out. Left hand behind you, feel the support. Options, keep your legs at tabletop or fully extended. And we're going to tether those legs. So that left buttock, or that top buttock is still far up. You don't like straight legs, you do little toe taps in tabletop. Let's go, come on. Big, big, big movements in those legs. Come up towards your head.
Really, what Tom said, if I want.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, legs in the air. Now take that back hand and lift up towards your toes and pulse. Come on. Do it. You can do it knees bend, you can be on the floor and still crunch. Come on, reach. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Move your abs. 2, and release it down. Roll back over into I did this last week's one yesterday. Did you? It's similar. Love it.
Can I go now?
No. Right, all we're going to do from there is slide our hands back underneath our shoulders, push yourself up. Do a little tuck under. Release back onto your hands and knees, flat spine. Right leg, take it up. Squeeze it across, tap the floor, lift it out, tap 45 degrees, tap the floor. Remember, we're trying to keep our hip bones pointing to the floor. So as my leg comes out, my obliques kicking in to stop the hip from rotating. So be very aware of that. See what your hip bone's doing. So 4 more taps, not too fast. 3, 2, 1. Now lift that leg up, take it across, feel the length, point the toe, feel the leg getting more extended, squeeze the thigh, and then pulse it there. Abs on, press it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Take it out wide, tap it down for a very brief moment. Reset your core, lift the leg up. Pulse it. So my obliques feel this more than anything else. So fix your core a little bit more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, drop it to the floor. And then we turn our bodies. So the legs still slightly angled out in front. You can adjust it as much as you need to. Bring your hand to the side of the head. And when you're ready, knee comes forward, you crunch into it, and you lengthen away. So your left buttock should be nice and fired. I don't want to see knees coming down lower than the hip level. Breathe. Well, but then you're getting really big head rushes today. Give me 6 more. Curling in. I'm seeing knees coming down, Anthony. Push it up. 4, 3, 2, last one. We pull in. We hold and we pulse. Come on, squeeze it. 10, 9. Get that elbow. Press to the knee. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Come down. Bring yourself down to the floor. Lift the leg up. Soft foot, pointed toe, flex foot, whatever you want to do. Give me some circles. Now the circles, don't pull too far in front, but you want to feel the squeeze back. Give me 2 more in this direction and then reverse it. Let's get a little bit more height, shall we? Four more. And then pause. Bend the knee forward and up towards the sky, little crunch in and kick away. So hands inside the elbow, put it in, lengthen away. A little bit more movement through the knee joint, hip joint. Now starting to open up the hip a little bit more. Squeeze it. One more of these. Then kick the leg away. Hold it, lift it high as you can go and give it a little, oh, sorry, up and down here. Sorry, down and up, down and up for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold it up and little pulses to finish as hard as you can go. Come on, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. Press, press, press. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Not hard that side. Oh yeah, really hard. Now we're going to go into those side oblique ab works, leg scissors. Come onto your elbow. Roll over into your buttock. Tuck your knees in to begin with, hand behind. Don't lean into your shoulder, be strong, pull out your shoulder. Tabletop position or dead straight legs. Let's do this. If it gets too much, you can drop one leg down. If you're doing tabletop, just do some little taps. What's this meant to be walking? Oh, my right buttock at the moment. Yeah. I believe, abs, focus on abs, abs. 10, 9, come on, big move, pull those thighs right up towards your head. Now don't lean to your left shoulder, pull out of it. 4, 3, remember, the legs go up high, up towards the sky, right hand reaches up towards the toes, and let's pulse, thighs and upper body reaching. Option to drop your knees and still pulse there, or reach with your knees bent. Come on, little movements, faster movements. Pulsing. 10, 9, reach the toes, squeeze the belly. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and run. Why are my calves on fire? Your calves? Yeah. Shouldn't be on fire, should it? Why is my calf on fire? They might be the most tense muscle in your leg. Possibly. You might just stretch the old calf. Yeah. It's funny how some things get when they shouldn't do. There's no scientific reason behind that, apart from to make fun. It was my buttocks.
Build up of lactic acid.
Now, when you're ready, we're going to transition into a quick child pose, knees wide, slide the big toes together, and just slide back. Push your hips down into your heels and let the buttocks do nothing. That time.
Yeah.
I just haven't finished my Pilates yet. Hey,
Stretch, sorry.
it's okay, but you still have some little Pilates stuff in it.
We're equal now, aren't we?
Yes. Okay. Now look up, lift up through your fingertips, walk them forward a little bit, keep your elbows off the ground and melt your head and chest down towards the floor. Rest your forehead if you can. Slide your hands in a little bit. Bring your knees in, and I want you to lift up and aim to get the chest to the floor with your bottom in the air. So you're aiming to try and get a big drop dip through the spine. Maybe your chin was relaxed. Incredible mobility for your shoulder joints. Slide your hands back underneath. Roll up onto your knees. Step your left leg forward. God, I can feel this balance is going to go horribly wrong today. Just keep getting head brushing. Tuck your toes over at the back. Push your weight into this front left buttock and push yourself all the way up into a lunge. We're just going to do some lunges, which takes us straight into a flow stretch. I told you, balance wrong. Inhale, drop down. If you can, tap the floor, straight back up. We're only doing 10 of these.
Step in.
Well, it's because I look at you in the mirror, so it throws me.
I lean like this when you do what?
Yeah. Don't see, I did. 5 more. Oh, yeah. All right. You can do some more. We're going to stop at the top on our last one. So we're going to lengthen out. Whoop. Yeah, that back foot, bring it in till your heel drops the floor. You're like this, you've got tight calves. Bring your hips around, walk down your legs, soften your knee if you need to. If you want to grab blocks for this, please feel free to grab some blocks. Bring your hands to the floor. and extend that front leg and melt your head and chest down. Now, whilst you're in this position, pull your left hip back and your right hip forward to square off your hips. It's really useful to have a block if you're really struggling to get to the floor. It will help you extend your legs. Sorry, you've got you some blocks.
I got somewhere like that. So I thought everyone else was perfect.
Try and push the back of the knee to more extension, and let's drop our head and chest further down towards the thigh. Look at the back knee. Now that back foot, see if you can slide it back an inch or two and push your weight into that back heel to get into your calf muscle. Drive it into the ground, force it there. So now you've got your back calf, your front hamstring, everything really just working into those tight areas. Lower down more through the head and chest. One more breath here. And then bend that back knee, bring your body to the floor. Good. That leg, slide it back. So it's as far back behind as it can go. Bring your right hand down by the inside edge of your foot. And I want you to turn and squeeze and open out to rotation. Your option is to stay here, or you can tuck the toes and lift that back knee off the floor. Totally your choice. Twist, squeeze, sink your hips down a little bit more, open out more, and wrap that top arm around the waistline and twist some more. Look up towards the sky. So more, extend that leg, it's off the knee, extend that leg more. It's off the knee, darling. And then bring your eye gaze back, drop that back knee, bring your hand to the floor. Bring both your hands inside the foot, and let's drop down into the hip flexor. So take this foot for a little walk, turn the toes out, roll onto the outer edge if you can, and then go as deep into the hip flexor as you possibly can. And you might want to lean on your blocks. If you're on your hands, think about lengthening the spine. If you're on your elbows, think about lengthening the spine. Now have a look at that knee. That knee needs to be further out than your ankle. If it's not, you might want to give it a little help with your hands. See how you have to do. But the key places you want to feel this, your front right thigh. Can you get your knee further back on that right side? And that left hip flexor. Those of you that have really tight hamstrings might feel this on hamstrings.
Yep, that sounds right here.
Yeah. Now we're going to bring the hand back around, tuck your toes at the back, lift that knee off, slide back into a plank, or if you wish for a bit more relaxation, downward facing dog. If you want a bit more core, stay in a plank. Your choice. Now, if you're in a plank, it's a downward facing dog. If you wish to have a quick breather now for 10 seconds. Or if you find this position of breather, stay here. Walk the legs, bending and extending the knees. If you're on the floor having a breather, come back and join in now. Push the heels to the ground. Lift the left leg up to the sky. Open the knee and open the hip. Keep the shoulders pressed into a straight line. Right leg dead straight, right heel to the floor, strong stretch in that calf. Look forward towards me. You're going to roll forward with the tip of the toe, bringing the knee under, and then you're going to lift it back up and open the hip back up again. Option is to do this on your knee if you need to. So if you don't do it on your knee, stay here, lift up, squeeze and open, and then tuck under and keep the belly in, and that's your lighter option. Nice big lift. And squeeze under. Please, if you're on your feet, please try not to bend your right knee. It stays dead straight the whole time. 2 more, guys. 2 more. That's all. On that last one, end up coming up to the sky. Lift the knee high, wherever you are. Now, if you're on your knees, try and lift your right leg up into the sky again. Look forward, come forward, and drop into pigeon. Your option is to come to here. So sit tall, fingertips on the floor. Bend that back leg. Take your right hand around, catch the right foot. And pull the heel in towards the bottom. My shoulders are like that. I'm going to leave it. Here, it's the same thing. No, you're right. Just pull your heel to your bottom. So if you're holding onto your foot, bring your hips further round to the front. Bring your shoulders round to the front so you get a much deeper stretch. Have a look at that foot underneath. Ideally, it's sitting underneath your right hip bone. One more breath. Release the back knee. Take your left hand in front of you. Take your right arm and look up. Reach. And then that arm is going to go all the way under. Bend the left elbow and come into a twist without falling out of your spread. So if you're in a seated hurdle, find a way to get the stretch deeper. So for me, if I grab that foot and pull my chest more towards the foot, I get a deeper stretch. Give that a go if you're in a seated hurdle position. If you don't like this, just come to here. What's that?
I've hyperextended on this knee, so it's that. Join that muscle there whenever I go into there. So,
stay in bent knee position, just finding stretching your left buttock if you want to. If you're doing the twist under, come back to the center. And we're all going to sit into our left buttocks. And we're going to swing our right legs around. I want you to bring that leg in front of your hip, so close in. You'll take our fingertips behind, sit tall. Lean back a little bit, engage the abs. Lift that leg, take it out wide, tap it out wide. Lift it back up, bring it back in. So what you want to avoid doing is that. Okay, sit tall. Out, and in, right. Fix, your core should be good in there. Use your core. 8, 2 more. 9, last one. And drop it in the middle. Up tall, raise the arm. So if I asked you for a strap or band, I can bring some to you. Catch the foot and drop down.
We just gave up before we even tried, didn't we? I just looked over and he was sat in the same place that I had.
Right, who wants a band?
Please.
Might be about most of you.
Resignation of quote.
Already rolled. Okay, fine. I have to go. You're not going to be bad. Anybody else? I know, but maybe put it back in. Ah! Are you going to have to make an effort stretch the other side? Again. All right, yeah. Yeah. Drop deep. Bend the elbows. Drive your chest down. Take another deep breath here. Ease it off, roll it up. Bring that knee, grab the shin and lift yourself up tall. Slide that foot over the other side. Wrap your right arm around the leg. Left hand to the base of the spine and pick yourself up tall. Now with this stretch, you can stay here. This is enough for you. Work on posture, work on twist, there goes that shoulder. If you want to take it up a notch, slide your hand around the outside edge of the foot, lift the leg to a tabletop position without collapsing through your spine. So if you can extend the leg. And if you have a collapse, you can open the elbow. Lift, stretch, twist. Extend that leg. Now begin to unwind. Bring that foot back outside. Extend your leg. So now you're here. Slide your right foot in. This new half an hour to half an hour is keep going by 10 15.
I thought it was 12:15 to 1 and 1 to 1:45 still.
You're half hour now. 12:15 to 12:45.
Oh, really?
Half an hour Pilates, half an hour stretch.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. Okay.
Still doesn't got the bench that gets in it.
I'll just text you now.
No,
Keep turning, no.
it's
Right.
in the email where they send the menu, you have to scroll down.
Oh, I see. Well, you can't go into the menu and I just
One hour.
lift. Lift. Don't let yourself collapse. Cool.
I don't need
Scroll down to the leg.
Engage your lower tummy muscle. Make your leg move. 6, 7. Last 3. Easier this leg. One more. Bring it back into the middle.
I thought that usually by just sitting.
Lift up tall. Let's take a hamstring stretch on this left leg. So catch it. Straight to the knee and let's bow down. We're just trying out the half hour, see how we go.
Yeah, it's half the last year.
Okay, fair enough.
Don't have performance.
Did you put yourself in?
No, you put yourself in for the first one, you see,
Ah,
I'm looking right.
I'll put them. Naughty.
because I was just doing in one class in my mind, so I just put 2 for the
I'll
class.
put you all in.
Thank you. Get the numbers up.
Okay, let's dig down, let's go deep. So as you stretch forward, drive your left hip back, pull your right hip forward and get a little bit more movement through your right arm to dive a little bit deeper. 3 breaths. So nice in the lower back. No one else getting up the lower back?
No,
Too late.
I can't move my lower back. So, don't boast it about it.
Okay, slowly roll.
Do it every day.
Take your foot over.
Put your hands in a hole.
I kind of
Did you
need something
have
to sort of.
No, pull the right knee in, hug it. Then slide it in. Then wrap your left arm around, hands against the side, lift up and twist. So think about lifting the chest a bit more, turning and looking over that shoulder. And then if you feel you want to take it up a notch, take hold of the foot, keep it bent to begin with. If you start to collapse out the spine, don't extend it, otherwise do. And then if you want to take it up further, you open the right arm out and squeeze the shoulder blade and look over.
So we're now working on the other side, are we trying to level up?
Right, yeah, you're doing your right leg.
There's one thing you have something, but that was good because I can't do it anyway. Which was the lunge where you're on your toe.
No, we're reversing everything.
Yeah.
I haven't forgotten.
That'll still be a
Put your
picture, you
feet
know.
down, keeping us down.
I was going to do that. Well, no, it's just I can't do that bit because what I say.
Take one more breath here. If you are twisting with the arm, bring it back. Drop the foot. Slide the legs. Now we're spinning around. And the knee. Now we're going back to doing. You're not leaving me, are you? You're
No.
leaving. Okay, tuck
No,
your toes. Down the face up. Once you're there, take a bit of stretch and walk your hands into your feet. Soften the knee, roll up through the spine. I'll get a head rush again. And then shoulder roll. Woo-hoo. Okay, we're going to step our right leg forward. Good. Go again.
These mats are flipping in the middle. aren't
They are, sometimes when you're doing yoga.
Yeah.
You
they?
get,
Downward dog is a bit more,
yeah.
Try and track the legs, hips facing forward, hands on hips or wherever you want to go. Let's Joe, see if you can tap the knee straight back up. Also, this front leg, make sure the knee's following the alignment of your middle toe. Your knees are not protruding inwards. Weight into that right buttock.
Oh, but the way, so sorry.
Can you just put the weight on your heel? Lift your toes. Oh, on the back foot.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the
Fine.
it's that front big toe.
Keep your foot on the ground and just do a little forward lunge like that. Better than not doing it at all. Where are we? Someone? 8?
42.
2 more. On this last one, we stay up at the top. Slide that back foot in, press the heel to the floor. Soften the knee to begin with and just drop down. Grab your blocks if you need to. Fingertips to the floor. And straighten that front leg, lowering your head and chest down. So don't worry about the back leg too much at the moment. Just drive your right hip back and move your left hip forward. After about 2 or 3 breaths from now, I want to slide your left foot back a little bit more and then drive the heel to the floor and extend the back leg as well as the front. So now we're working into both legs. Relax the shoulders, breathe. Work as deep as you can. Use this next breath to go deeper. Straighten the knees a little bit more. And then gently lower the back knee. Once that back knee is lowered, slide it as far back as it will go. Left hand on the ground. Tuck your toes under. Open out that arm. If you wish, lift the back knee or keep it on the floor. If it's staying on the floor, get it far behind you as it will go. Yeah, work on that really big opening through the hip. Twist, squeeze the shoulder blade, look up towards the hands. Now sink your hips down an inch, but push that back knee straighter if it's off the floor. Squeeze up a little bit more, yum. Take one more breath. And we carefully lower the hand, come inside the foot, drop the back knee, take the foot for a little walk, turn the toes out, roll onto the outer edge of your knee, your foot if you can, and just sink down into that hip flexion stretch. So wherever you are, think about lengthening the spine. You'll feel your hips sinking a little bit more and you deepen the stretch. Wherever you are, you're on your elbows, come up onto your hands, move that foot back in. Hands to the floor, tuck the toes at the back, lift that knee. Plank or downward facing dog. Or rest for a few breaths. So if you're on downward facing dog, take a little walk through those legs. Enjoy it. If you're in a plank, just begin to transition yourself up. Everybody lift the hips high, tuck your chest down a little bit more. When you're ready, extend your left leg, lift your right leg up to the sky, open the hip, and open that knee. If you're doing this on the floor, just stay on your left knee and open out here. Remember, we're not bending that left knee. And when you're ready, inhale, roll forward, scoop the belly in, pull the knee in, exhale, and take it back out again. And go again. I'm not going to go so far forward because shoulders pinching a bit. So roll onto the tips of the toes. If you're on the knee, curl it in, scoop the belly to pull the chin towards the knee, then release it back up again. So really use that mobilization of the spine in that position. Two more. We ended up with that knee to the sky. So when we lift up off that last one, lift it up. If you're on the floor, your hands and knees, lift your left leg off the floor now, left knee, sorry, to the front of the ground. And when we're ready, coming forward into pigeon. Or seated head, works for you. So if you're in pigeon, heel, sitting beneath that left hip bone if possible, if not further forward. Sit equally on the hips, lift up tall. Bend your back knee. Left hand comes around, catch the foot, drive the heel to the bottom. And then pull your shoulders and your hips around to the front. Here. If you're stretching your quad here, I can't really do it with my shoulder. The further you take your hand back, you can turn and get deeper into that stretch. Now release the back foot. You can get it there if you want. Right hand in front, especially if you can't do the next one. Left arm reaches up. So really think back, push your abs open. Squeeze that shoulder blade. And then we're scooping that arm under. Drop to your right elbow and reach as far under as you can go. Without falling over. I don't go far on this. I don't like it at all actually, so I'm going to bend center.
But you be leaning on your left shoulder, shouldn't it?
You should be ideally, yeah, doing exactly what you're doing. Not many people can do that though. So I had to have a good old look at what you were doing then, because I don't see it happen very often.
Well, I just went into it, as I said.
As long as you're not flat through your hips, you're fine.
Oh, I am.
Lift your right hip up a little bit more. That's it. Now, if you are on that reach, bring yourself back to center. Take a couple of breaths, just relaxing in the middle. And then we come up onto our hands, we tap our toes, we lift our hips up, and we walk our feet to our hands to our feet. Stop on the knees, get a firm grip of your big toes. You looped, you hooked it. I want everyone to get their two fingers next to the thumbs underneath the big toe. Your thumbs press on the big toe now, and then stretch your body from there. Come on, bend the knees together. Go on, Richard. Grab them. Grab them.
I can't grab that toe.
You're nearly there. Oh, okay. Can you grab the outside edges of your feet with your fingers? And then press down onto your fingers. That's it. Work there. Take one more breath. Straighten the legs a little bit more. And then soften the knees, release. Take your hands behind the base of the spine, like we started with, we're going to end with the arms up and over, all the way over the shoulders. Now carefully release the hands to the floor, roll up through the spine. I'm just standing up because I know I'm starting to get head rush again. Raise your right arm, catch your wrist, push the hips to the side and come over into the side bend, C curve. If you can, look underneath the shoulder, squeeze your butt. Release back to middle, okay, hold the other wrist. Lift. Come back to center. Bring your fingers together, bring them forward, squeeze them, and push the shoulder blades apart again. I can't do that, so I'm just going to pretend. So be quite forceful. Push the arms away from the shoulders so you feel those shoulder blades apart. And then release your hands, bring them to the small of your back. Push your elbows back and lift your chest. Squeeze your buttocks. We'll come into a little baby back bend. Pulling your elbows together behind your back. Lift your chest. Come back to standing, open your arms. Inhale, raise your arms up, bring your hands together. Soften your knees, come down into a squat. So you're here, nice stable position. Take your elbow over the outside of the foot, the leg, sorry, and then twist that way. When you twist that way, try and keep those legs aligned. Come back to center. Top of the big tip to the floor, straight to the legs. So I've no excuse for not being able to get those legs straight now. Bend the knees, bring your hands back to your chest, square up your shoulders a little bit, lengthen the spine, and then twist the other way. Wedge that arm. Sink your bottoms down a little bit more, guys, flatten your spine. Make sure those legs haven't kind of flown away from each other. Hold it, breathe. And for the last time, tops of the fingertips to the floor, straighten them. Bend the knees, bring your hands back to your chest, and then push through your thighs and lift up, raising the arms up, looking up. Inhaling, exhaling, bring your hands down, give yourself a bow, give yourself a clap. Thank you. Head brushes. Woo. Fabulous.